basketball fans, and welcome to Marion High School for tonight's Class 3A Substate 6 final between the Gilbert Tigers and the Marion Wolves. The Tigers are members of the Raccoon River Conference and enter tonight's game with a record of 9-20. The Wolves are members of the Walmart Conference and enter tonight's game with a record of 30-5 and currently ranked second in Class 3A. Let's everyone please welcome tonight's umpiring crew as assigned by the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Mark Behrens behind the plate, Steve Behrens at first, and Mark Thornton at third. Now let's meet today's starting lineups, but first, the non-starters. The non-starters for the Tigers: number 0, Cooper Mitchell. Number 5, Isaac Rentz. Number 7, Joey Pfeifferon. Number 17, Gabe Nelson. Number 18, Hayden Russell. Number 20, Matt Zaz. Number 28, Trent Wesselman. Number 31, Chase Klatt. Number 40, Taylor Dukes. And number 41, David Dunn. Now your non-starters for the Wolves. Number 2, Asher Nichols. Number 9, Adam Rose. Number 10, Dawson Goad. Number 11, Andrew Allman. Number 12, Tate Ray. Number 13, Jasper Hancox. Number 15, Zach Huey. Number 16, Lincoln Grimm. Number 17, Mason Tumulty. Number 20, Grady Detbarn. Number 21, Lucas Stearns. Number 23, Cade Madron. Number 24, Cole Goodrich. Number 25, Coda Johnson. Number 27, Carson Fromelt. 28, Cale Schultz. Number 29, Ray Walker. Number 31, Jaron Griffith. And number 33, Colton Hollub. Now the starting lineup for the Tigers. Leading off, playing center field, number 2, Tommy McGuire. Batting second, playing second base, number 12, Alden Shorts. Batting third, doing the pitching, number 42, Cole Myers. Batting fourth, playing first base, number 30, Trip Sturgill. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, number 10, Ian Eldred. Batting sixth, doing the catching, number 15, Blake Bell. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 22, Seth Papesh. Playing right field will be number 27, Micah Leva. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 6, Josh Gruwinkle. And batting ninth, playing left field, number 3, Braden Howard. The Tigers are coached by Brent Degler, Cale Jensen, Joe Druminski, and head coach Jeremy Eldred. Now for the Marion Wolves starting lineup. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 3, Jake Miller. Batting second, playing second base, number 1, Isaiah Scott. Batting third, playing right field, number 6, Grayson Kirsch. Batting fourth, playing center field, number 7, Trey Frank. Batting fifth, the pitcher, designated hitter, number 22, Isaac Scott. Batting sixth, playing first base, number 14, Peyton Hodges. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 8, Caden Griffith. Batting eighth, doing the catching, number 4, Elijah Scott. And batting ninth, playing third base, number 5, Austin Goodrich. The Wolves are coached by James Hancox, Robert Primrose, Tom Houck, and head coach Steve Fish. We ask everyone now to please stand if you are able, remove your hats, and join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the peril And with that, we are off to the races here in Marion. Good evening, everybody. My name is Cale Sleazer, and it is my honor and privilege to be the voice of Gilbert Tigers baseball this summer. Cinderella's trying to make the big dance, and all eyes in the state of Iowa are on this field. The Marion Wolves, the unstoppable force at 30-5 on the year. The Gilbert Tigers, the immovable object, 7-20 in the regular season, but have only given up one run in both of their first two Substate games. The hero of Game 1, Cole Myers, will be on the mound for the Tigers. He went 7 innings of one-run ball against Benton back on Friday. Meanwhile, on the other side for the Marion Wolves, it's going to be number 22, Isaac Scott, the senior. Scott has a 1.94 ERA and 36 innings pitched, 27 hits, 13 walks, and 34 strikeouts in those 36 innings. Welcome to Gilbert and Marion fans alike. I will say there are 3 Scotts on this team. I will mix them up at some point tonight. Isaac, the senior, is on the mound. And then he has brothers Isaiah and Elijah, the sophomore and freshman, who also get regular playing time. So if I do mix up one of the 3 brothers at some point tonight, I do apologize. But Isaac Scott on the mound for the Wolves. Gilbert is the only team in all of Iowa tonight with a losing record that is still alive. The Tigers are one of 4 teams in the whole state that made their Substate final. The other 3, all in Class 2A. Roland Story, who was 14-17 in the regular season, fell to Applington Parkersburg 2-1 in the final. Denver, who was 4-19 in the regular season, made a great run, but lost to New Hampton 8-1 in the Region 3 semifinal in 2A. And then Cascade, who was 11-12 in the regular season, fell to Wilton in the 2A Region 4 final 4-3. So the Tigers looking to be the lone Cinderella, the true Cinderella, to make the big dance just down the road at Veterans Memorial Stadium. And Tommy McGuire, who pitched out of his mind last night on the road at Sadell, will lead us off. Thank you folks so much for joining us. This is truly a magical night that we are about to have unfold in front of us.
Leading off for the Tigers, center fielder number 2, Tommy McGuire. Short on deck, Myers in the hole.
Tommy batted .247 in the regular season with a .310 on base, had a triple and 7 RBI in 25 games. He is a phenomenal defender, whether he is on the mound or in center field, and he's known to lay down beautiful bunts. We'll see if he tries anything here. That one is ripped into left field. That's tailing. That's down. Fair ball! Rounding and stopping is McGuire, and the Tigers are off with a bang. Leadoff single to get the Substate 6 final started here in Class 3A.
Second baseman number 12, Alden Short.
So Scott getting ambushed on the first pitch. Great opposite field swing from McGuire, and here is Alden Short, the leader of the Tiger offense. .469 average and a .598 on base percentage in the regular season with 8 doubles and 12 RBI. That skips, but it is a great block. I believe that is Elijah Scott behind the dish, the freshman catcher. Here's the 1-0. That skips down low, 2-0. Winner goes to the home of the Cedar Rapids Colonels over in Cedar Rapids on Monday. Substate final action. 2-0. That's down low, 3-0. The Tigers jumped out in front back on Friday at Benton and never looked back. Cole Myers, who's on deck, was also the starter that day. I'm sure the senior would love some run support. 3-0. That's in there for a strike. Not a bad take from short. As if to say, Isaac Scott, throw me a strike or I'm taking first base. Tommy getting his lead at first. 3-1 from Isaac Scott. That's low, ball 4. First and second, nobody out for the Tigers. So a first pitch single from Tommy McGuire and a 5-pitch walk from Alden Short brings up Cole Myers. Shouldn't be. Oh, I see that the bracket is still up. Thanks, Aunt Alice. I knew I forgot to press a button. It is first and second with nobody out. I knew I forgot to do something. See, that's why it's great that my whole family is here, because I don't usually check my phone until after an inning after that's happened. But we are on the screen now. Thanks to Aunt Alice, mom of Blake Bell, the catcher, batting later in the lineup. Sorry about that, folks. One-man band, you get caught up doing one thing sometimes and forget to do the other. That misses low for ball 1. So Isaac Scott struggling to find the zone consistently. It looks like he's trying to clip that lower edge. Well, since you folks did see the bracket for an extra 5 minutes or so there, you should know that it was a 3-2 walk-off win for these Wolves last night, taking down Xavier in 9 innings. That's on the ground to shortstop. Throw to third for 1, and that's all. That's a good play by the Wolves defense to get the lead runner. And that is a 6-5 fielder's choice. So there's one away for the cleanup man, Trip Sturgill.
Number 30, Trip Sturgill.
Tigers trying to strike first in enemy territory. Wind blowing in slightly from center. Sturgill's done pretty good in the cleanup spot as of late. That curveball tails outside, 1-0. Great crowd on hand here at Marion tonight. I know they love their baseball in this town. I'm a Linn-Mar High School graduate myself, and they have a game going on across town right now. I believe it's Waukee Northwest. Don't quote me on that for that matchup across town. I know my little brother, who is going into his sophomore year at Linn-Mar, he's starting at that game and then coming to this game later tonight. But lots of great Substate final action happening in the city of Marion, Iowa tonight. That one is chopped on the ground over to third. Throw to first is in time. So Sturgill does move the runners. The Tigers have 2 in scoring position for the exact man you want to see for the Tigers, Ian Eldred.
The shortstop, number 10, Ian Eldred.
Eldred has had go-ahead 2-run singles in both Substate games. He had a 2-run single in the first inning back on Friday and had the go-ahead 2-run single in the 6th inning at Saydell last night. Curveball finds the zone there. Eldred just trying to find good timing there. 2 away, runners on second and third for the Tiger shortstop. 0-1 from Isaac Scott. That one clips the zone. Count 0-2. And Eldred's really going to have to scrap here. Should the inning continue, Blake Bell is on deck. He had an RBI single last night in the 6th inning. This could be a big momentum shift early in this game. 0-2 for Eldred. That's swung on and missed for strike 3. And the Tigers can't cash in on a leadoff single followed by a walk. Wolves will bat when we come back in the bottom of the first in just a moment. thunder playing on the loudspeakers before we start the bottom of the first inning. There was some thunder and lightning and tornadoes and just all the nasty stuff back on Monday night. Both the Tigers and the Wolves had their Substate semifinals pushed back to last night, so only 24 hours of turnaround time for these teams. Here's Cole Myers getting to start a good curveball for a swing and miss strike on Jake Miller, the shortstop. Miller on the season, the junior, 348 average, 473 on base, and 25 RBI in 27 games. That fastball from Myers did not miss my bunch. It is 1-1. Myers works very quickly. That's laced, base hit. That's just out of the reach of Grauwinkle over at third base. So both sides starting with a leadoff single in the first.
Second baseman number 1, Isaiah Scott.
And here comes Isaiah Scott, the senior, batting .402 with a .473 on base and 35 RBI in just as many games played. First offering from Myers. Good curveball for a strike, 0-1. The double play ball is in order for the Tiger defense. They grounded into a few last night. Be nice for them to turn the script here. That curveball misses just a bit high, 1-1. Isaac Scott, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout in his first inning. Got out of trouble pretty well thanks to his defense after giving up a single and a walk to start that inning. That one finds the zone for a strike. Myers is really leaning on that curveball so far. He's ahead of Isaiah Scott, 1-2. We'll see what Bell dials up behind the dish. Runner goes. That's on the ground, right back to Myers, and all he can do is throw to first. That was pretty quick reaction time from Cole. Pretty similar to what Tommy McGuire did on the mound a few times last night. That was almost a comebacker. If Myers would have missed that one, it probably would have sailed past his face to the left side. But it is now a runner on second with 1 away, as that is a 1-3 putout, bringing up Grayson Kirsch. Kirsch leads the team with 6 home runs and 26 games played for the Wolves. That one skips away from Bell. That's going to be a wild pitch. Jake Miller advances to third, counts 1-0. Wind blowing in lightly from center. It's kind of been switching directions a little bit tonight. It's not blowing hard, but it is swirling. That just misses outside. 2-0. Good take that time from Kirsch. That one was close. Right fielder batting in the left-handed batter's box. That's a strike. That one had some downward tilt to that one, 2-1. Trey Frank, the cleanup man, center fielder, is on deck. That one just misses outside. That outer zone spot has been consistent so far. Myers needs a strike here. 3-1 offering. That one is popped up. That's actually drifting out toward right field a bit. It's caught by Mike Aleva. Tagging and losing the handle at first is Trip Sturgill. There might not been much of a play anyway. So Miller does score. It's a sacrifice fly for Kirsch. It's 1-0 Wolves. They strike first at home. The Tigers did give up a home run last night to the dangerous catcher of Jace Embry in the first inning, but that is all that the Eagles scored last night in Saydell. So Myers has bases empty, 2 away. That one is skied into left center field. Tommy McGuire calling for it and makes the catch. A sac fly from Grayson Kirsch makes it 1-0 Wolves. Tigers will have Bell, Popish, Grauwinkle coming up in the second when we come back.
Leading off for the Tigers, the catcher, number 15, Blake Bell.
Welcome back to Tiger Broadcast here on YouTube. Thanks to the 64 of you here watching us. I hope we didn't lose internet for too long there. We had a big view spike for a second, but we're back to our peak of 64 viewers already. We had a season best 88 last night, and we're looking to smash that record again as Bell takes a strike to start the top of the second. Bell had an RBI single. He tucked it right down that third baseline last night at Sadell. Swing and a miss. That's a nasty curve from Isaac Scott. Both starters in Myers and Scott really showing off their looping curveballs so far in the first inning plus. 0-2 to Bell. That one bends back in for strike three. That froze Bell. You just got to give credit to that curveball. That was nasty. That is out number one. That's the second strikeout for Scott. He struck out Eldred on 3 pitches to end the first inning, so 6 consecutive strikes thrown by Isaac Scott. Here comes Seth Popish. He's got some pop in his bat. He has homered this season. That curveball just misses inside, 1-0. It's a little bit off of the camera shot for you folks at home, but there is a taller fence over in left field, a green monster-esque, if you would, at least for the high school level. Looks like Scott got a new ball there from the home plate umpire. Popish blasted his lone home run of the year on the road at ADM. It was a line drive just over the left field wall. It would not have gone out at this ballpark. That one is popped up. Shallow right center field, and that is going to be Isaiah Scott making the catch for out number 2. So 5 pitches, 2 outs for Isaac Scott here in the second. And here comes the birthday boy, Josh Grauwinkle, standing in the box. I was told before the game it's his 18th birthday. Happy birthday, Josh. It's a big one. Welcome to adulthood. So that one just misses up high for ball 1 on the Tiger third baseman. Next offering. That one clips that lower outside corner for a strike. Beautiful night for baseball. Not a lot of wind. It's pretty cool. It'll cool down a lot by the time the sun goes down. Ooh, that one just missed. Marion crowd didn't love that one. Home plate umpire says it just missed outside, 2-1. Next pitch. That one is ripped into right field, but a great beat and catch by Grayson Kirsch. And the Tigers go down unceremoniously in the top of the second. Wolves back up in the bottom of the Scott, Hodges, Griffith. That's Isaac Scott, Peyton Hodges, and Caden Griffith. 5, 6, 7 coming up for the Wolves to start the bottom of the second inning as I get that score bug reset for you folks at home. There's been a lot of quick Tiger ball games this season, so I often find myself in the middle innings scrambling to reset the scoreboard and make sure I don't have any graphics on the screen that shouldn't be there. And sometimes it's a little bit of a juggle when the games go a bit faster. We're through an inning and a half in about 17 minutes. So on schedule, that's hit well to left, but it should be playable for Howard. He makes the catch just inside of the left field line, and that is an F7 for Isaac Scott to start the bottom of the second. Here comes Peyton Hodges.
First baseman, number 14, Peyton Hodges.
Hodges, the senior, batting .310. With a .462 on base, he has a triple and 32 RBI. He has played in all 35 games for the Wolves. That one, just misses. Ball 1. Pretty rigid strike zone tonight. Umpire laying down the law. Nothing wrong with that. That one's popped up. Shallow center field. McGuire calls for it. Makes the catch. 3 pitches, 2 outs for Cole Myers in the second. Score that one. A P8 didn't go too far. And Caden Griffith, the center fielder, comes in.
Number 8, Caden Griffith.
Griffith, the senior as well. 301 average, 429 on base, and 27 RBI in 33 games. He had a great night last night. 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 of the 3 runs driven in last night against Xavier as he foul tips that one off a bell for strike 1. Speaking of catchers, it is Elijah Scott on deck, the catcher. That one's ripped in the left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. McGuire flagging it down, and he will hold Caden Griffith to a single. That's great defense by Tommy. If he would have been much later to that ball, Griffith would have turned for 2. He took a really wide turn around first, so it'll just be a single. Second hit given up by Myers.
The catcher, number 4, Elijah Scott.
And Elijah Scott will get a shot with 2 away, runner on first. For any of you folks that aren't Gilbert fans or haven't followed Tigers baseball in these broadcasts, this is my 5th year behind the mic. There's been a lot of firsts this year for me. I have never had 3 siblings on one team before. As that one just misses. Gilbert crowd didn't like that one for ball 1. My very first year, I actually broadcasted for Linmar baseball my first 2 years. I vividly remember a set of twins on one team as that swung on and missed on the curve. Their names were almost unpronounceable, but I managed to remember it. I think it was the Campalong brothers, if I remember correctly. And I might have seen another set of twins here or there. That's a called strike, 1 and 2. As Griffith stranded off at first a little bit there, but got back. But never in my 5 years have I seen 3 siblings on one team. That's a new one for me. Isaiah, Isaac, and Elijah, as that one is on the ground to shortstop. Cleanly gloved by Eldred. Throw to first, right on the money. And the 2-out single from Caden Griffith yields no fruit for the Wolves. We're through 2 innings of a sub-state final here in Marion. We'll be back with the 3rd. Tigers up to bat when we come back. Welcome back to the Substate 3A Region 6 final here on Tiger Broadcast. My name's Cale Sleazer. Thank you for joining us. All 76 of you climbing and climbing fast. Great ball game so far. Only 45 combined pitches thrown in the first 2 innings. 22 for Myers and 23 for Scott as Braden Howard takes ball 1. Braden Howard is famous for his infield singles and his great defense in left field. He had an infield single last night that helped start the rally in Sadell. That one's a called strike. Count 1-1. During the regular season for Braden, he just missed the 300 mark with a 298 average, 375 on base. He had 6 RBI in 24 games played. Here's the 1-1. That skips in the dirt about a foot in front of the plate. Count 2-1. Concluding Braden's at-bat, we'll be back at the top of the order with Tommy McGuire, who hit a single to left on the first pitch of the game. That one misses high. Good take from Braden, 3-1. It surprises me that Braden's on-base percentage is as low as it is because he has a fairly disciplined eye up there, and he knows how to foul off tough pitches. And that's a called strike. Braden thought he had the free pass, started taking a step out of the box, but it's now full. Great energy in this crowd tonight. Lots of Gilbert fans making the trip 2 hours down I-30. That misses ball 4. Great at-bat from Howard. He takes first base. Second walk issued by Isaac Scott.
Center fielder, number 2, Tommy McGuire.
Braden did steal a base. I believe it was last night. He's 9 for 9 for steals on the year. We'll see if Gilbert decides to push the envelope here. Bunt shown. It's laid down, but it just goes foul. Tommy almost turned that around. That pitch was in on his hands a little bit. He almost got it down that first baseline. Tommy's been laying down some beautiful bunts these last several games. Count is 0-1. Tommy was the man on the mound for the Tigers last night. He had 7 innings of 1-run ball. The only run he gave up, that towering home run from stud catcher Jace Embry. Next offering. That tails inside. Count 1-1. 1-0 ball game, top of the third. Beautiful night for a Substate final. And a throw back to first. That was a good move. Isaac Scott almost got Braden Howard there. He's being held on by Peyton Hodges at first. And the 1-1 from Scott. There goes Braden. That one is flown out to center. Braden has to dart back to first. He'll make it safely as the ball is caught in center field for out number 1. So the hit and run didn't quite work there.
Number 12, Alden Short.
And here comes Alden Short. Lots of balls squared up pretty well by both sides tonight, but it's found outfielders. And Coach Jeremy Eldred giving some signs at third base. Alden Short drew a walk his first time on 5 pitches. That curveball just missed. When these starters have missed tonight, it has not been by much. Mad props to the home plate umpire for calling some really close pitches tonight. These are the hard games to call when you have 2 great starting pitchers really nibbling at the zone. Throw back to first, tech on Braden. He dives back in safely. Glad to see 82 of you with us now. We peaked at 88 last night. We'll see if we can crack 100 tonight. Tell your friends, there's a good baseball game on Tiger Broadcast. There goes Braden again. That misses low. And taking second base is Howard. As Elijah Scott behind the plate couldn't quite get a clean handle on that. And now Braden is 10 for 10 on stolen bases this season. And now the potential tying run is in scoring position. Next one to short. That one clips the lower outside corner for a strike. Isaac Scott's been pretty good at finding that spot tonight. Shadows starting to creep onto the infield. See if that causes any interference throughout the night. That swung on and missed. Short was a bit off balance there. High heat there. Count 2-2. Good pitch from Isaac Scott. Looked like Short was not sitting upper outside part of the zone. He got caught off balance there. Cole Myers is on deck. 2-2. That one just misses high. Good discipline take by Alden Short. That just missed high. Both starters are very similar tonight. They're trying to locate with the high curve balls, outside pitches as well. 3-2, one away, runner on second. The pitch. That one is skied into center. Catch made. Howard is going to start for third and then stop. The throw was a bit offline, but it was strong. Probably best not to test the arm there. Squared up well by Short, but it's right to center field. A lot of well-hit balls to center field on both sides tonight. And now it'll be up to the pitcher and senior, Cole Myers, trying to tie the game with 2 away in the third. Cole had that big game-tying single last night at Sadell in the 6th inning. That curveball misses high. 1-0. I'll get you Myers' numbers during the regular season. He batted .293 with a .356 on base, 7 doubles, and a team-leading 14 RBI in 27 games. That's for the regular season. Ian Eldred does have 15 RBI through the first 2 Substate games. That one misses well high. My goodness, that was a nice catch by Elijah Scott. You got to give credit where credit is due. That saved a wild pitch. Count 2-0 to Myers. Next offering. That's on the ground to shortstop, barely dodging the ball is Howard. The throw to first is in time, and the Tigers can't capitalize. They threaten but do not score. We go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0. Wolves over Tigers here in Marion. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll come back a little bit early. We'll walk through what's gone on in this bracket so far. Marion winning a thriller against Xavier last night by a score of 3-2 in extra innings. The Tigers were down 1-0 last night until the 6th inning, scored all 4 of their runs in the 6th and held on to take down the Eagles 4-1. Tigers won their first game against Benton 2-1. Marion beat South Tama back on Friday 11-1. Xavier, Nevada, and Benton, Sadell, and South Tama have all gone down. The winner of tonight goes to state. And just down the road to Veterans Memorial Stadium in Cedar Rapids, home of the Cedar Rapids Colonels, where I watched a lot of ball games growing up. Funny enough, about 4 years ago at this time, I called the Linn-Mar Substate game in Veterans Memorial Stadium. Great spot to call a game. Cole Myers starts his 3rd inning of work with a flare into center, and darting over and making the catch in shallow center is Alden Short. He got a great reaction on that for the first out. Alden Short, I have not talked enough about Alden Short's versatility on defense. He can play just about anywhere you want him to. He's got a strong arm, he's got great reflexes, and he's gone airborne a couple of times to make some plays. He had to do a little bit of a hop on the move there. We're back to the top of the order, and Jake Miller now score that in L4. That one popped out of Bell's glove, but it does look like it missed a bit high, 1-0. The only run in this game scored on a Grayson Kirsch sac fly in the bottom of inning number 1. Nothing since, time called and granted for Jake Miller. Miller did score that run back in the first. He had a leadoff single. That one misses high, perhaps a bit outside too, 2-0. Lots of fans on the hillsides here all around the park. Great crowd on hand tonight. That one is squared up well to center, but making a great darting catch is Tommy McGuire. Having short McGuire up the middle has got to calm you down if you're Cole Myers. He's really trusted his defense these last few games. The Tigers had some trouble with some errors to start the year, but they've really cleaned it up. Another ball squared up well to center. That does not fall. Trey Frank and Tommy McGuire have been pretty busy tonight out there in the center field grass. That one finds the zone. Good bender for a strike. Scott grounded out to Myers back in the first. 1-3 put out. That one is skied to, you guessed it, center field. Tommy's under it, makes the catch, and how about a 1-2-3 inning from Cole Myers? Folks, we got a great Substate final brewing here in Marion. It is a one-run game through 3 innings. David trying to beat Goliath. Tigers will try it again in the 4th when we come back. Sturgill, Eldred, Bell, 4-5-6 for the Tigers in the top of the 4th. 3 innings through in 35 minutes. The game at Sadell last night for the Tigers went by in just shy of under an hour and a half. This game on pace for even quicker than that. That one skips in the dirt. Scott was a little bit late on his release point for ball 1. Isaac Scott through 3 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Throwing to brother Elijah behind the dish. That one just missed the lower outside corner, 2-0. Sturgill grounded out to third his last time. That one skips low, 3-0. Less than a 24-hour turnaround for both of these teams after the semifinal got pushed from Monday to last night. That one, a called strike that clipped the inner third. 3-1 on the cleanup man. Ian Eldred on deck. He struck out to end the first inning. 3-1. Clipped at the knees. 3-2. Really good locations on those last 2 pitches from Isaac Scott. In the zone, but not enticing enough to swing at. Sturgill will have to protect 3-2. That's on the ground, left side, cleanly gloved at third. Throw to first is in time, and that's a great turnaround by Isaac Scott to get Sturgill to ground out to third yet again. 1 away.
The shortstop, number 10, Ian Eldred.
Eldred struck out on 3 pitches last time. He looked at the first 2 curveballs, and then Scott blew one right by him for strike 3. I expect Ian to be a lot more aggressive here. He's driven in 4 of the 5 Tiger runs these first 2 days. That one's popped up left side. I think that got behind us out of play. Had to go into a bit of a turtle mode there. I'm not quite sure where the ball was. There's been a couple of times in my 5 years where I've almost been hit by foul balls when I haven't been in a press box. Here's the 0-1. That one tails low and away, 1-1. It might have been one of my very first games I did at Linmar 4 years ago, where we were on the bleachers right in front of the press box, and I think a foul ball missed us by maybe 5 feet. That one is tapped to third. Slow roller, cleanly gloved throw to first is in time to get Eldred. He was hustling. It has not been an easy night for Austin Goodrich over there at third, but he's played really good defense, and now it'll be Blake Bell with bags empty and 2 away. Back-to-back groundouts to third here in the top of the 4th. 1-0 ball game. Sub-state final action. My name is Cale Sleazer. Thank you for joining us here on Tiger Broadcast. We're at 87 viewers. We've almost tied last night as that one clips the upper inside corner for a strike. I cannot emphasize the great curveballs thrown from both starters tonight, Scott and Myers. Isaac to Elijah is tapped foul. Now 0-2 on Bell. Bell struck out his last time to start the 2nd inning. Trying to string something together here. 0-2. And oh boy, Bell had to duck away from that one. That actually split his helmet and the bat pretty evenly there. A little bit to the right, that ball might have hit the bat and have been a foul ball. A lot of the Bell family in attendance tonight. Right by me, right behind me. That swung on and missed. That is a nasty curveball from Isaac Scott. That is his 3rd punch out of the night in 4 innings. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 1-0 Wolves over Tigers. We'll be back in just a moment. 3-4-5 for the Wolves.
The right fielder, number 6,
Grayson Kirsch has the lone RBI tonight. A sac fly in the first scored Jake Miller. Cole Myers starting his 4th inning of work. Both pitchers have been very efficient so far. And there's an efficient curveball there, upper outside corner for the strike. Tigers saved all their runs for the 6th inning last night. We're only in the bottom of the 4th. A lot of time left in this one. That one's popped up. Left center field. Who wants it? It's going to be Braden Howard making the catch. Calling off Eldred at shortstop, coming in. That's out number 1. Score that one, an F7.
Number 7, Trey Frank.
Here comes the cleanup man, Trey Frank, in center. Winner to state, starting on Monday at Veterans Memorial Stadium, home of the Cedar Rapids Colonels. Unstoppable force of Marion looks to get past the immovable object of Gilbert pitching. So that one falls in there for a strike. It has been a great 1-2 combo of Cole Myers and Tommy McGuire. Both have pitched 7 innings of 1-run ball in the first 2 games. Cole Myers Still holding his own here as that just misses outside, 1-1. Isaac Scott, the opposing pitcher on deck. That's skied into left. Braden is well camped under this one. Has to dart to his left at the last second, but makes the catch. Tracked that one well. And had a little bit of movement at the end. But 2 flyouts to Howard brings us to Isaac Scott with 2 away in the 4th.
The pitcher, number 22, Isaac Scott.
And folks, we have cracked 90. We are at 91 viewers. That is a season best for Tiger Broadcast. Thank you for watching, whether you are a tiger, a wolf, or any other animal out there in the animal kingdom. Thank you for tuning in tonight to a great Substate final. That one just misses outside, 1-0. It has been an absolute treat to be on this journey with the Tigers this season. So that one falls in there, 1-1. We've been saying it all season, and the Tigers stuck to it last year too. It is not how you start, it is how you finish. The Tigers have dropped a lot of close games this year, but really figured it out toward the end as that one falls in for strike 2. The Tigers, the talk of the state last night as they took down the Sadell Eagles in Des Moines. After taking down the Benton Bobcats, both with about 670 records. Very good. That one is skied to left center field. Braden wants this one too. 7s are wild. 3 F7s in the bottom of the 4th inning. 4 innings and 44 minutes here in Marion. This one's going by fast. Don't blink or you'll miss it. We'll be back with the Tigers in the 5th when we come back. Folks, we're going to come back a little bit early. I just want to give some heartfelt thank yous to a few people. First to my Uncle Brett Bell, who got me this job behind the mic this summer. Blake Bell is my cousin behind the dish, and calling baseball games is what I want to do professionally. So one day in April, my Uncle Brett gave me a call and said, hey, how'd you like to be the voice of Gilbert Tigers baseball this year? And I accepted immediately. It has been such a fun summer. The Gilbert community has welcomed me with open arms, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for letting me narrate the stories of these great young men. And thank you to all of the opposing schools across the state that have let us broadcast. Thank you so much to the Iowa High School Athletic Association for giving us the green light to broadcast all 3 of these sub-state games. It has been such a fun ride, and it has truly been the honor of a lifetime to call these games, because high school only happens once. You only get to achieve high school greatness on the diamond once, and it is so fun to narrate. There's just something about high school baseball that you don't get anywhere else in the country. It's going to be Seth Popish leading it off in the DH spot for the Tigers at the top of the 5th. Cale Sleazer here with you. We are at 94 viewers. Thanks for tuning in, folks. It's my favorite thing to narrate a baseball game. Thank you for listening. That one swung on and missed. Strike 1 on Popish. He popped out to second his last time. Next offering. Oh, boy, that curved in, and wow, that's a called strike. That nearly hit Popish, but it was called a strike. It did have a lot of movement inside, but the Gilbert crowd did not like that one. That was inches away from hitting Seth. Not crowding the box too much either. That one misses outside, 1-2. Wind still very lightly blowing. It's blowing from left to right now. It's been swirling just a little bit tonight. 1-2. That one just misses outside, 2-2. A lot of close pitchers' pitches. What a duel it's been between Isaac Scott and Cole Myers. Cole Myers hasn't even cracked 40 pitches in his first 4 innings. And as of now, he's on the record for the loss. That's swung on and missed. It's dropped by Elijah Scott, but throws over to first. Hodges corrals it. That is out number 1. Strikeout number 4 for Isaac Scott. And the birthday boy, Josh Grauwinkle, will look to get something started. I think the best birthday present for a ball player would be a base hit on their birthday. That's on the ground to shortstop. It's cleanly gloved. Throw to first is dug out very nicely by Peyton Hodges. Wow, that was a play. That definitely saved a throwing error from Jake Miller at shortstop.
Left fielder number 3, Braden.
So that makes Grawwinkle 0 for 2. Here comes Howard. Had a good walk his last time. That one missing low for ball 1. Haven't even cracked 7:50 p.m. and we're already in the 5th inning. That's a called strike, inner third, 1-1. Great ball game tonight. Tigers have found themselves in a lot of close ones as of late. Here's the 1-1. That tail's low and away, 2-1. Should the inning continue, we'll go back to the top of the order with Tommy McGuire. He is 1 for 2. He has the lone Tiger hit. Only 3 hits in this ball game so far, 2 for the Wolves and 1 for the Tigers. That one just misses. Boy, there are a lot of close pitches that have to be called by the home plate umpire tonight. He's done a fairly good job. And the 3-1. That's on the ground to the left side, cleanly gloved at third. Throw to first is on the money, and the Tigers go down 1-2-3 in inning number 5. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Wolves get another shot. When we come back, don't go anywhere, folks. We've got great Substate final action here in Marion.
Leading off for the Wolves, the first baseman, Peyton Hodges.
Here comes Peyton Hodges, who played some pretty good defense over at first in the top of the inning. 6-7-8 for the Wolves. 1-0 ball game, later half. That just misses 1-0. I believe that was only pitch number 39 from Cole Myers. He has been incredibly efficient. That tail's low, 2-0. Cole has had such a strong senior season. He is the heart and soul of this team, always cheering on his guys from the dugout, trying to get him fired up. He has been fired up a lot these last couple of games. Excited for his guys. He scored the 3rd run of the game last night on a 2-run single, and he was so excited he about ran over Tommy McGuire in the dugout. Freight train going in there. He deals a fastball inner third for a strike there. But Cole Myers is the kind of guy that I would want on my baseball team. Great energy from him. That's skied into center. Tommy McGuire running back, makes a nice catch on the run. Tommy probably had to fight the sun a little bit there, but did a good job tracking it down for out number 1. So Hodges hits one to center field for the 2nd time tonight, and that brings up Caden Griffith. I got to count how many putouts there have been in center field tonight. There have been 7 putouts to center field tonight, and 5 of them have been popped out to Tommy McGuire. That's popped up, foul territory. Sturgill running over, makes the catch. That was great reaction time by Sturgill. It was a bit of a check swing from Griffith, and that is a P3 in foul territory. Peyton Hodges flashed the leather in the top of the fifth and trips Sturgill. Great reaction time, running over to foul territory just off your screen, and makes a nice catch. And here is Elijah Scott, the catcher. Big swing and a miss. Good curveball from Cole. The Tigers scored all of their runs in the top of the sixth last night. We'll see if they're trying to do it again here. That's popped up. This will get out of play. And that just missed the roof of the concession stands / bathrooms over there. I have to give props to the Marion concession stand. They had relish for my hot dog. You don't get that as many places as you'd think. And that one is going to hit Scott with 2 strikes. He emphatically flips the bat and almost hits the screen. An emphatic walk there. We're going to have a courtesy runner come in for the Wolves. This looks like Adam Rose, the senior.
Number 9, Adam Rose.
That was an emphatic bat flip. That went a long way. So now we're at the bottom of the order with Austin Goodrich. That's the first batter hit in this game tonight on either side. We'll see if the Wolves try and push a stolen base here. It is a big lead at first. Not running. That tails outside. Great stop by Bell. He really had to dart over to his right to get that one. He saved the wild pitch. Goodrich lined out to second his last time. 1-0, runner not running. That's in the dirt. Another good stop by Bell. It almost went through the 5-hole, but he turned his glove just in time. Count 2-0. We are so close to cracking 100 viewers. We're at 99. Hovering around 98, 99 these last few minutes as Myers will step off. 2-0, 2 away, runner on first. Cole Myers trying to hold the line. And runner started to go and then stopped. It's a called strike. Count 2-1. It didn't look like Adam Rose got a good first step. It looked like he slipped in the dirt a little bit, getting a much bigger lead now. That one is flared foul to the right just behind the Gilbert dugout, and it's 2-2. Should the inning continue, we'll go back to the top of the order in Jake Miller, who is 1 for 2 and has scored the only run of this game. We're here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cole Myers pumps his fist. And folks, David is keeping Goliath pretty close right now. We've got a great ball game here in Marion. 1-0 Wolves over the Tigers. Cinderella's trying to go dancing. The Wolf trying to stop her. We'll be back with the 6th in just a moment. This Substate 3A Region 6 final, everything you could ask for and more as we take a look at the bracket. Marion steamrolling their way through the bracket. They got a bit of a scare last night against Xavier, had to take 9 innings to walk it off 3-2. But Gilbert, the 7th seed in this bracket, has shocked the state of Iowa. They are the only team with a losing record still playing baseball. They are one of 4 teams in the state with a losing record to make the Substate final, the only one in Class 3A. Winner to Veterans Memorial Stadium down the road in Cedar Rapids on Monday. And it is the top of the Tiger order. Tommy McGuire, Alden Short, Cole Myers. The 6th inning was when the Tigers made magic last night. And it is Isaac Scott still on the mound for the Wolves. Shadows starting to creep across that infield more and more. As Elijah Scott is getting the back of his chest protector adjusted. He might have had a device put on the back of that. Interesting. I'm not sure I've seen something like that in the high school level. We're underway in the 6th. That's on the ground to shortstop. It's going to be a close play at first. Throw to first. Just in time to get Tommy. He was hustling, but it was a great play on the run by Jake Miller for out number 1.
Second baseman, number 12, Alden Short.
Tigers have hit a lot of balls to the middle infield tonight. Alden Short has walked and flown out to center. Tigers down to their final 5 outs, down by 1. That misses low for a ball. I think there is some movement in the Marion bullpen. I see some white jerseys jogging around out there. We'll see if that comes to fruition. That's squared up well, left center field, running and diving, not making the catch. And that is a 1-out single for Alden Short. It was a valiant effort by the outfielders, but it fell, and now both sides with 2 hits apiece. Alden Short on base for the 2nd time. And Cole Myers will try and help his own cause. The only hit he's had in the Substate playoffs was the game-tying single last night. He hit it first pitch to the right side. We'll see if he attacks first pitch again. He wisely takes a curve on the edge for strike 1. Not much Myers could have done with that one. Cole is grounded into a 6-5 fielder's choice and into 6-3 ground out. Short with a moderate lead over at first. That one skips in the dirt. Really good stop by Elijah Scott. He saved a passed ball there. Wild pitch, rather. Infield a double play depth. Outfielders playing back just a little against the senior. 1-1, 1 away, 1 runner on in a 1-run ball game. There goes Short. That's popped up foul. And Myers knew he missed one there. If Myers would have let that one go, Short probably would have made it to second. So we'll see if that causes anything, any ripples in the rest of this inning and this game. Tigers running out of time to string something together. 1-2. That's fouled out of play. Cole chased that one, but he fouled it off. Looks like he's sitting away a little bit. Trip Sturgill is on deck. And the 1-2. That is fouled over to first base. 3 straight foul balls from Cole Myers, really eating into Isaac Scott's pitch count. You can feel the energy building here in this ballpark. This is a treat of a ball game that we have been treated to tonight. 1-2. That is laced into right. That is, I believe that was caught in right field. And I think Grayson Kirsch hurt his arm on that one. He's down and in some pain. He stands up immediately, though, trying to walk it off. There's a bit of an awkward dive there by Kirsch. Gets a nice hand from the folks in the outfield. He was down in pain for a few seconds, then immediately got back up. Now he's waving off the coaching staff. They'll check on him just to be safe. Looked like he awkwardly landed on his arm there. That was a nice catch. That might be catch of the night, as that is out number 2. We have seen some great outfield defense on both sides. Great jumps to the ball. Great efforts on dives, on catches made, and close plays. And Tiger and Wolf fans alike giving him a hand as he will stay in this game. Great catch by Grayson Kirsch. That'll be an L9 from Cole Myers. As Trip Sturgill will try and make something happen here. Tigers down to their final 4 outs, down by 1. Regardless of how this game ends for the Tigers, they have been on a run of a lifetime in the Substate playoffs. A 7-20 record in the regular season.
First baseman, number 30, Trip Sturgill.
They lost a lot of close games. They are definitely better than that 7-20 record says, but they've dropped some heartbreakers, some close ones. They've played a really tough non-con schedule early in the year, got them down early. But finishing strong here, playing close competitive baseball against the number 2 team in Class 3A in these Marion Wolves. Wolves won state back in 2021. They were a quarterfinal team in state last year in 2023. Runner goes. Taking all the way is Sturgill. Throw to second. Not in time. So Alden short with a stolen base as Sturgill is ahead in the count 1-0. Second steal of the night for the Tigers. They picked their spots, and they picked them both correctly. A base hit ties this ball game. That last pitch was actually called a strike. It's 0-1. That's foul back toward the on-deck circle where Ian Eldred waits. He scoops that ball up. 0-2, 2 away. Runner on bag, number 2. 1-0 ball game in the top of the 6th. Wolves trying to power their way back to state. The Tigers looking to shock the state and make it down the road to Veterans Memorial Stadium. And Sturgill calls time, wisely so. Isaac Scott was taking a little bit of time there. Sturgill trying to keep the inning alive for Ian Eldred, who has been so clutch. He has driven in 4 of the Tiger runs Eldred has in these first 2 games of Substate before tonight. The lone run in this game was a sac fly from Grayson Kirsch that scored Jake Miller in the first. And since then, nothing. All defense. 2 hits per side. Wolves lead 1-0. 0-2 to Sturgill. That misses well high. Good job by Elijah Scott to pop up and get that one. That's why you do squats as a catcher. You got to get up there. Big lead at second by Short. That's on the ground to shortstop. It's cleanly gloved. The throw to first is scooped well again. Wow. Peyton Hodges has had a golden glove out there at first. He saved a few errors. Marion will try and get some insurance before the Tigers are down to their final chance in the top of the 7th. They'll be back with the bottom of the 6th in just a moment. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's still anyone's game. I just realized I was muted for that whole bit over the break. 350 people here in Marion tonight. Sold north of 350 tickets. It's sold out, and we have cracked 125 viewers as we sit at 129. Welcome to Tiger Broadcast, everybody. My name's Cale Sleazer. The Wolves will look for some insurance here as they are at the top of the order. Jake Miller has scored the lone run of this game. as he takes a strike from Cole Myers. What a season it's been from the senior. 5 of the 9 games the Tigers have won have been behind Cole Myers on the mound. He has been the heart and soul. That one is flared left center field. Tommy McGuire under it. Makes the catch, 1 away. 2 hits per side in this game. And that is our 8th flyout to the 8th spot defensively in center field tonight between the 2 sides. 2 for Gilbert, and that's the 6th one for the Wolves. Here's Isaiah Scott, the second baseman. He's 0 for 2. He takes low and away for ball 1. Cole Myers has been incredibly efficient. There is not even a flinch in that Tiger bullpen. This is Cole's game for the foreseeable future. And he is really dealing that curveball tonight. Clips the upper outside corner with that one for a strike. Substate 3A Region 6 final here in Marion, Iowa. It has been a great one. Called strike, inner third. Good offering from Myers. Myers shaking off some signs from Bell. He knows what he wants here. 1-2. That is ripped just past Ian Eldred at shortstop for a base hit. Eldred is playing a little bit farther to his right than he usually does. That was squared up well by Scott. Third hit of the night for the Wolves. 1 on, 1 away for Grayson Kirsch.
Number 6, Grayson Kirsch.
Kirsch has had a pretty good night in right field. He made a great catch to rob Cole Myers of a hit in the previous inning. He hurt his arm a little bit, but he is okay. Stands in that left-handed batter's box as that one tails inside for a ball. Almost 500 combined viewers between stream and attendance. That one misses down low, 2-0. It did look like that Isaiah Scott started to run from first and then stopped after 2 or 3 steps. Sturgill holding him on at first. Here's the 2-0. That one is ripped foul down the right field line. Michael Leva got a good jump on that, so if it did miss in play, it likely would have held Kirsch to a single, but Scott probably would have advanced to third on that one. Count is 2-1. Next one, runner goes. That misses outside, and now darting back is Isaiah Scott. He is really jumping around out there at first. Count is 3-1. And that's fouled back to the screen right by us. It's 3-2. As Isaac Scott will jog over from his spot in the hole and get that stray baseball. Full count, 1 away, 1 runner on in a 1-run game. Sub-state final, it does not get better than this, folks. 3-2, runner goes. That misses high for ball 4. That is the first walk that Cole Myers has issued tonight. A double play ball could get him out of the inning. But it is the cleanup man, Trey Frank, who has flown out to the outfield twice. Frank leads the team in on base with 570. He leads the team with 13 doubles and has 38 RBI in 35 regular season games. He went 2 for 4 with an RBI double last night. Had an RBI and a double. Don't know if they happened at the same time. Bunt shown. It's a good one down the third baseline. Myers picks it up, throws to first. That gets away from first base. A run will score. Rounding is another run, and that is a bad mistake for the Tigers. It's 3-0. It's an infield single for Frank and then an E1 on Cole Myers. That is catastrophic for the Tigers. They have played such good defense in these playoffs. That was a very tough play. Alden Short scrambled over all the way from second to try and cover first. He just couldn't get to it in time, and it is 3-0.
The pitcher, Isaac Scott.
that one misses 1-0. Isaac Scott now in. He's flown out to left field twice. Tigers have played a close, clean ball game until that error moments ago. That one is flared out into right. Leyva running, and it goes out of his glove. Rounding third and going home. Throw to the plate. Tag by Bell. Out at home. Good job by Micah Leyva to stay with it. That is an E9, but the run does not score. That is a great tag from Bell and a great cutoff throw. As Trey Frank is out at home plate. Very aggressive send by the Wolves there. Does not work out for them. But Scott does reach on the E9 and is at second base. 2 critical errors for the Tigers. And they really need a rally in the 7th now. That one just misses 1-0. Here's the 1-0. That one curves in for a strike, 1-1. The Tigers have fought so valiantly in these playoffs, and they're not out of it yet, but they've got a tall hill to climb in the 7th. Let's see if Cinderella has any more magic in that glass slipper. That's popped up to right. Leyva under it, makes the catch, and the Tigers need runs, and now or their storybook run ends here. We'll be back with the top of the 7th in just a moment. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with the Substate final here in Marion. Just now dispersing is the Gilbert Tigers huddle called by head coach Jeremy Eldred, who you see walking across your screen now. It was a clean, tight ball game until moments ago when Cole Myers gave up 2 runs on a throwing error of his own making. Wolves lead 3-0, and Isaac Scott will try for the complete game shutout to send the Wolves to state for the 4th time in 5 years. Welcome back to Tiger Broadcast. It has been a fun one, thanks to the 123 of you still with us. My name's Cale Sleazer. It's been a great ball game. The Tigers need runs now, or their season is over. It's Eldred, Bell, and Popish due up in the top of the 7th.
Leading off for the Tigers, the shortstop, number 10, Ian Eldred.
The Gilbert Tigers have shocked the state of Iowa by making it this far. They won a pitching duel 2-1 on Friday at the Benton Bobcats. Cole Myers pitched 7 innings of 1-run ball there. Last night, Tommy McGuire pitched 7 innings of 1-run ball in a 4-1 win over Sadell. And a called strike to Eldred starts off the 7th. Eldred has driven in 4 of the 5 runs that the Tigers have scored in these sub-state playoffs. That one is on the ground. That's bobbled by the pitcher. It's gloved at shortstop. Throw to first. Out at first. Wow. Ian Eldred is hopping up and down, angry at that call. That was very close. That was bang, bang at first. But Eldred is called out.
The catcher, number 15, Blake
Isaac Scott couldn't get down in time on the mound. And Eldred is retired 6-3 officially. Bell has struck out twice. He'll need to start something here and now. That one called strike inside corner. Next offering from Isaac Scott. That one tails low. Bell started to shift his weight forward, but then wisely stopped. One to Bell. That tails low and outside. 2-1. Seth Popish awaits on deck. He is 0 for 2 with a pop out to second base and a strikeout. The 2-1. Just missing inside. 3-1. Should Bell reach base, it would not surprise me to see Taylor Dukes courtesy run at first. He's had a helmet on all night, ready to go. Here's the 3-1. That's tapped foul toward the Marion dugout. Count is full. Bell had an RBI single to knock in the 4th run of the night at Sadell last night. Tigers did score all their runs with 2 outs last night. 3-2. Ball 4. Good take from Bell. And he will reach base. I actually see Micah Leyva putting on a helmet down there just in case. It is going to be Taylor Dukes running at first. So Bell draws a walk when he needs it most. And Taylor Dukes, the freshman, who has courtesy ran a lot this year, does not have a stolen base on the season, believe it or not. But now the potential tying run is on deck with Josh Grauwinkle. Popish will try and make something happen. First offering. That skips in the dirt. Good stop by Elijah Scott. He has picked some really bad hops and some really high throws back there tonight. Great scoop. 1-0, 1 away, runner on first. Tigers trying to stay alive in the Substate final. That misses high, 2-0. The Tigers have fought valiantly all playoffs, and they are not going down without a fight against these Wolves, the number 2 team in 3A. So that one is skied. It's hit pretty well to left center, but it's going to stay up. And the catch is made. And the Tigers are down to their final chance, which rests on the shoulders of the birthday boy, Josh Grauwinkle.
Third baseman number 6, Josh Grauwinkle.
The Marion defense has been very good tonight. They've made some great plays. They've gotten out of trouble a few times. Taylor Dukes not being held on. He's going to steal uncontested. So Dukes advances to second. It is a called strike on Grauwinkle. He's lined out to right and grounded out to shortstop. Braden Howard on deck should the inning continue. That curveball loops in and finds the zone. The Gilbert crowd didn't like that one, but it did just clip that upper inside corner. Really good pitch from Isaac Scott. The Tigers down to their final strike. And the 0-2. That one is flared to left, running in and making the catch and sending the Wolves to state for the 4th time in 5 years. The Tigers fought valiantly, but couldn't put it together in the end. Our final score, Wolves 3, Tigers 0. The Wolves jumped out in the first with a sac fly from Grayson Kirsch, and then a critical throwing error from Cole Myers in the 6th inning gave the Wolves 2 more runs. It was a great showing by the senior Myers. Isaac Scott gets the complete game shutout, 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. As Cinderella doesn't quite make it to Veterans Memorial Stadium, but folks, that was an absolute treat of a season. Both sides in the stands on their feet, giving a round of applause to these 2 teams tonight. It was a battle of epic proportions. The Tigers have taken really good teams this season deep into games. Just couldn't quite get it done against the juggernaut of the Marion Wolves, who improved to 31-5 on the year and will play in Cedar Rapids on Monday. Folks, it was truly an honor and a privilege to be the voice of Gilbert Tigers baseball this season. It was a great ride. There were a lot of great moments. There are a lot of stories that got the first chapter in their books. The Tigers are going to be a great team next year with a lot of talent coming back. Tommy McGuire, Alden Short, Trip Sturgill, Ian Eldred, Blake Bell, Josh Grauwinkle, Braden Howard, all coming back for another year plus. As Marion celebrates as they should, they've had a fantastic season. And the Wolves go to state for the 4th time in 5 seasons. But the Tigers, believe you me, folks, they will be back next season. Unfortunately, the odds are slim to none that I will be back next season, as I'm hoping to break into minor league baseball. But folks, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for letting me behind the mic to narrate these Tigers this season. It was a treat. It was so much fun to call my cousin Blake Bell and all of his comrades on the Tiger team. And folks, if all goes according to plan, the Iowa State sports journalism program has gotten started in the fall. And they will look to get sports practicums together, get some sports writing and announcing out there in central Iowa. There have been talks with my sports media professor that I just had, Tony Moten, and Gilbert athletic director Ian Eldred, or Ian Smith, I should say. I knew I was going to mix those two up at some point. I won't be back in all likelihood next year, folks, but rest assured, whoever is in this chair after me next year, they will be worthy of this seat. They will give you all the love and attention that I have given you and that you have given right back to me this season. Seriously, folks, thank you from the bottom of my heart for one of the best summers I've ever had. Stay safe out there, folks. Best of luck to Marion in state baseball, and go Tigers. You folks have a great summer, and I'll see you around.